This man didn't lose everything in one day. There wasn't a moment he could point to and say, "That's when everything fell apart." It happened slowly, quietly, in a way that at first felt almost harmless. And on the darkest night of his life, he found a piece of paper. That piece of paper gave him exactly 100 days. And what he did in those 100 days, no one expected. Not even himself. Before we go any further, where are you watching this from? And what time is it right now? Leave a comment below and let me know. He is Thomas, 23 years old. No job, no income, no schedule that means anything. He wakes up whenever he wants, usually late, sometimes close to noon. He eats whatever is left or orders cheap food he barely remembers eating. Most days look the same. Wake up. Pick up the phone. Scroll. Stop. Scroll again. Lose track of time. Repeat. At the beginning, it was just small arguments at home. His mom would stand at the door calling him to eat. His dad would remind him that he needed to do something with his life, and his younger brother would laugh while trying to pull the phone out of his hand, half joking, half annoyed. He always gave the same answers. "Give me a minute. Later. I'm busy." But he wasn't busy, he was scrolling. Day by day, then week by week, the atmosphere in the house started to change. Conversations got shorter. The tone became colder. His mom stopped knocking as often. His dad stopped trying to give advice. His brother stopped joking. It wasn't loud. That's what made it worse. No one raised their voice anymore. One evening his mom stood at the door longer than usual. She looked at him, really looked at him, and said quietly, "I don't know how to reach you anymore." He didn't respond. He didn't even look up. His eyes stayed on the screen, his thumb still moving like nothing important had just been said. A few days later, there was an envelope on the table. Inside was some money, not much. Just enough to get by for a while. No note, no message, just money. That silence said more than anything else could. That was when he realized something. All at once, but slowly. They didn't leave him in one moment. They just stopped waiting. But he didn't care. He simply found a small room to rent and used it to hide from everyone. The money his mom left slowly disappeared, little by little, into things that didn't matter. The strange part was, he didn't even feel happy anymore. And that was the real problem. Sometimes he stops in the middle of a video and thinks, "What did I just watch?" But he can't remember. And still, his thumb keeps moving. Because of the content anymore, but because he doesn't want to think. Because the moment he stops, a question comes back. What am I doing with my life? One night, lying on his bed with the blue light from his phone hitting his face, Thomas opens his contacts. He doesn't know why. Maybe, he just wants to feel something. Alex. 3 months ago. Emma. Last message. Seen. Mom. Did you eat? Yeah. That's it. He stares at the screen longer than usual. And then a thought appears. Not dramatic, just there. If I disappeared today, who would notice? He tries to answer. His mom. Maybe, but not right away. Alex. Maybe, or maybe not. Then another, heavier question appears. How long would it take? Minutes? Hours? Days? Or would nothing really change? He puts the phone down, picks it up again, then puts it down again. He doesn't like where his thoughts are going, so he tries to escape like always. But that night it doesn't work. He leaves his room and walks to a small pizza place nearby. Not because he's hungry, but because staying in that room feels suffocating. While waiting, he instinctively pulls out his phone, taps the screen, refreshes, no signal. The video doesn't load. For the first time in hours, there's nothing to escape into. He looks up. On the wall, near the counter, there's a piece of paper. Old. Like it's been there for a long time. And no one notices anymore. It says, "If you disappeared today, how long would it take for people to notice?" Thomas freezes. Not because it's shocking, but because it's exactly what he was just thinking. Seeing it written down, like someone else once stood there and thought the same thing, makes it heavier. He takes his pizza and goes home. But the sentence doesn't stay on the wall. It follows him. Back to his room. Into the silence. He sits on his bed, phone still in his hand. But this time his thumb doesn't move. The words keep repeating in his head. If you disappeared today, how long would it take? He closes his eyes, still there. Opens them, still there. And for the first time in months, he asks a question he can't avoid. If the answer is, no one, then what am I doing tomorrow? He doesn't sleep that night, because he's motivated, but because he can't escape the question. He sits up, grabs a piece of paper, and writes, Day 1. Under it, he adds, prove that sentence wrong. The first few days aren't impressive. He still grabs his phone the moment he wakes up. Still wants to scroll. Still fails sometimes, but something changes. He starts stopping earlier. The first day maybe after an hour. The second day a little sooner. The third day, he stops in the middle. That moment of stopping matters, because inside it, something new appears choice. He starts going outside. At first 10 minutes. Then 15. It feels uncomfortable, like something is missing. His hands don't know what to do. His mind keeps searching for something to hold on to. But slowly, the discomfort fades. He tries calling Alex. No answer. A message comes back. Busy, call you later. No call ever comes. This time, he doesn't escape into his phone. He sits there and thinks, this is the price of disappearing for too long. By the second week, he realizes something. He's not addicted to content. He's addicted to not being alone with himself. That doesn't fix everything right away, but it makes everything clearer. Around day 15, Thomas walks into a small library. Not because he likes books, because the place is quiet in a different way. Empty like his room, but a quiet where people are there. Things are happening, and life moves, slowly but feels real. He stands at the entrance for a few seconds before walking in. One question in his head. Is there anything I can do without running away? He's not sure, but he knows if he goes back to his room, everything will stay the same. He asks if they need help. The manager looks at him for a moment. Doesn't ask for a rare summe. Doesn't ask about experience. Just asks one simple question. Can you stay in focus? Thomas doesn't answer right away. But then he says, I'll try. The first days aren't easy. He makes a lot of mistakes, misplaces books, puts things in the wrong spot, forgets simple instructions. Sometimes he stands in front of a shelf and doesn't even remember what he's doing, because his mind is used to jumping from one thing to another too quickly. His hand keeps reaching for his pocket out of habit, looking for his phone, then remembering he's working. No one yells at him. The manager just walks over, fixes what he did wrong slowly, very slowly, and says, look closer. At first, Thomas doesn't understand. But over time, he realizes he hasn't really looked at anything for months. He's only skimmed through everything, the same way he scrolls on his phone. Around day 18, something small happens. Someone asks him for a book. Thomas remembers where it is and takes them there. The person nods and says, thank you. Just 2 words. But this time Thomas doesn't ignore it. He stands there for a moment after they leave and asks himself, when was the last time I did something someone actually needed? That question stays with him longer than he expects. A few days later, he gets his first payment. Not much, just a small amount for the days he worked. But when he holds the money in his hand, he doesn't put it away right away. He looks at it for a long time, like he's trying to understand what he's feeling. It's not excitement, not pride. It feels like proof. Something very clear telling him, you can do something. And it has value. He asks himself, if I keep going, how far can I actually go? In the weeks that follow, things begin to change. But clearly, starts showing up earlier. Not because anyone tells him to, but because he doesn't want to go back to who he was. His posture changes before he even notices it. He stands straighter. He doesn't look down at the ground when he walks anymore. When he talks, he starts looking people in the eye, even if he still hesitates sometimes. The way he speaks changes too. At first, he answers shortly, almost like he's trying to avoid conversation. But then he starts asking back, "What kind of book are you looking for? Have you read this one before?" Small questions, but they open up longer conversations. Sometimes he says the wrong thing. Sometimes he doesn't know what to say, but he doesn't walk away anymore. Around day 40, Thomas realizes something. He doesn't think about his phone as much anymore. Not because he forces himself to quit, but because he finally has something else to focus on. He doesn't need to escape anymore. Around day 50, people start recognizing him. Not everyone, just a few familiar faces. They nod when they see him. They ask him when they need help. Someone even says, "You've been here a while, haven't you?" It's a simple sentence, but to Thomas, it means he's no longer invisible. But then, around day 60, Thomas starts noticing a problem. People still come to the library, but they don't stay. They walk in, look around, pick up a book, flip a few pages, then put it back and leave, faster than before. Thomas stands behind the counter and watches this happen for days. At first, he thinks it's just coincidence, but it isn't. It happens every day. He starts asking himself, was I ever like them? The answer comes immediately. Yes. He used to pick up his phone, scroll through everything, and never stay long enough to understand anything. A thought appears. What if they're not leaving because they don't want to read, but because they don't know where to start? The next day, Thomas tries something small. He takes a book, opens it, and writes a small note. Read to page 30 before you quit. Page 60 is where it really starts. He places it at the beginning of the book and doesn't tell anyone. That day, nothing happens. But the next day, someone comes back holding that book, places it on the counter, and asks, "Did you write this?" Thomas nods. The person says, "I was going to stop at page 20. But I kept going. Page 60. Yeah, that was worth it." Then they take the book. Stands there and says nothing. But in his head, there's only one thought. I just kept someone from leaving. The next day, he does it again. Not just one book, but many books. Small lines, slow down here. This part will make you stop. If you're bored, you haven't reached the right part yet. Very small notes, but intentional. A week later, something changes. People still come, but they don't leave as quickly. They sit longer, turn more pages. Someone come back to the counter and ask, "Do you have something like this?" For the first time, Thomas isn't just watching. He's guiding. The manager notices. One afternoon, he calls Thomas over. He doesn't praise him right away. He just asks, "What are you doing with these books?" Thomas explains. The manager stays quiet for a moment, looks out at the reading area where people are sitting longer than before, then says, "Keep doing it." Not a big compliment, but for Thomas, it's enough. Because for the first time, the way he thinks is recognized. By day 80, the library isn't as crowded as before, but something is different. The people who stay for a long time. They don't just pass through, they read, they think. And sometimes they come back just to finish a book they started earlier. Doesn't need to measure anything anymore. He can see it clearly. I'm not keeping them here. I'm helping them stay with themselves. At the same time, Thomas starts thinking about something else he's avoided for a long time. His family. How long has it been since he went home? 1 month? 2? Longer? He's not sure. He asks himself, if I go back now, will they even open the door? That question stays with him for days. But this time, he doesn't run from it. Afternoon after work, Thomas doesn't go back to his room. He stands in front of his house, doesn't knock right away, just stands there for a while, then knocks. The door opens. His mom is there. She looks at him, doesn't say anything, doesn't hug him, just looks. Speaks first, "Have a job now." A simple sentence. But the first honest thing he's said to his family in a long time. His mom doesn't react immediately. She just nods. Okay. No big emotion, but not the same distance as before. In the days after, Thomas starts coming home more often. Not to prove anything, just to be there. There are quiet meals. Thomas' short conversations. But one thing is different. Thomas doesn't pick up his phone. He sits there. He stays. One time his mom asks, "How's work?" Thomas answers, "It's good." He pauses. "I can actually do it." This time, his mom looks at him a little longer and nods. A very small nod. But Thomas understands. By day 100, nothing big happens. Thomas doesn't become someone special. He still works at the library. Still lives a normal life. But everything has changed. He has a job. He has money. Not much, but it's his. He has people around him. Not many, but real ones. He has his family. Not perfect, but not distant anymore. And most importantly, he no longer disappears from his own life. Because in the end, the truth isn't complicated. You don't lose your life in one moment. You lose it every time you don't show up. And you get it back the same way. One day at a time. Don't quit. And small changes, repeated long enough, become big changes. If you found this helpful, share it with someone who needs it. Because chances are, somewhere out there, someone is still stuck where Thomas used to be.